everyone. My name is Dory O'Neill, and I'm the founder of Simplized Health and the creator of the Balanced Wheel Health System. Hey, today's topic, something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is anxiety about hair loss. And as you can probably see, I am not exactly endowed with a full, thick head of hair. And that was a big deal for me when I was in my 20s because I grew up with a full head of hair, and I used to remember teasing my dad because he was balding. When I was a kid, I would tease him that he was losing his hair, and I didn't realize how hurtful that really was to him and how much that bothered him. And he was a veteran. He was a first wave Normandy guy, and I remember him telling me years later, as I started to lose my hair, that was the one thing that really hurt him, that really bothered him, was losing his hair. And then, of course, as I grew older, I started to experience it. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts on that. But in a moment, I'm going to share with you something that will really put you on the path to overcoming anxiety about hair loss and really living and putting yourself into a balanced state of life that will help you with all kinds of issues, personal, physical, emotional, spiritual. But for now, let's talk about anxiety and hair loss. So, for me, I remember being in my mid-20s and starting to see the hair recede. And even though I was in a serious relationship at that time, all kinds of things started to whirl through my head. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm less attractive. It actually affected my confidence level. And I was a professional speaker and consulted with different healthcare professionals and businesses. And so as I started to lose my hair, it started to cause anxiety in other areas of my life. And so there's an example of an imbalance that was created through an issue that wasn't directly related to anxiety. So in some cases, when you're dealing with that kind of anxiety, some therapists, some professionals want to treat you with drugs or treat you with other means or methods. But what I had to do to get into a balanced state was address the issues that were related to losing hair, because that was an area that I was personally out of balance with. So what did I do? Well, I started with all the creams and potions and hair stuff, and none of that worked, of course. If there were any results, they were virtually undetectable or wishful thinking. I then went through the entire process of deciding that I was going to solve this problem, and I went to Hassan Wong, which is a famous surgical clinic in Vancouver, Canada, where I lived. And I ended up, working hard to create the money to pay for a procedure to have a hair transplant. And the hair that I do have here now is a direct result of that. But once I did get that hair back, magically, I was back into balance. And guess what? My anxiety disappeared and put me on a solid foundation once again. So why do I bring this up? I'm not telling you to get a hair transplant. I'm not telling you to use creams and potions. What I'm telling you that is all anxiety is created by an imbalance in your life. And yes, I can help you, and I will give you some suggestions for ways to grow your hair back or strengthen your hair or get thicker hair for ladies that are getting thinning hair. I know all of that. I went through it all. But what I am telling you is that a lot of anxiety is created by an imbalance. So for me, it was hair. For another person, it could be the fact that they're overweight and they don't feel good about themselves. And so therefore, it's not actually the weight that's causing the imbalance. It's the out of balance they are by being overweight. And so the solution, of course, is to get back into a balanced state. But when a person, let's say weight loss is a good example, is overweight and they want to get into a balanced state, They can't just take some fad diet, and they can't just go on a path that puts them into a further imbalanced state. So what's an example of that? That would be like eating just a celery diet. Well, that's not a balanced diet. But if they went on to a proper balanced nutritional regime that followed a principle, could be following the keto diet principle, it could be following carb cycling, it could be a vegan lifestyle diet, they would eventually, by getting their diet into balance, they would eventually lose that weight and the anxiety would disappear. So for me, it was the fact that the one thing that I was feeling anxious about and my self-confidence went away was the loss of my hair. And so what did I do? I then worked very, very hard to make the money. I set a goal that I was going to go get a hair transplant, as shallow as that may seem to others, but it was important to me. I got the hair transplant. I got the hair back that was necessary to reestablish my self-confidence. And perhaps there were other areas that I could have adjusted, but for me, that was my path. And so now, I recommend to all of you, and I said in a moment I was going to share something with you, regardless of what your imbalance is. I've been doing this for 51 years, and I decided to help people in all areas. So regardless if you have an issue with anxiety in relationships, anxiety about a work situation, finances, anxiety about a health condition that you may have, I've created a course that's 100% free, and all you have to do is enroll by going to balancedwheelhealth.com, and you're going to be basically serenaded with 10 different videos, actually 15 different videos that are going to cover all different areas about anxiety and the ways that you can work to get yourself into a state of balance that will put you on a track to end your anxiety, whether it's anxiety about hair loss like it is for me, or whether it's about anxiety about a work issue, or about an anxiety about not making enough money at work and having financial challenges. This course is designed to help you overcome anxiety regardless of what it is by living a balanced life, and we teach you how to identify the areas where your life's out of balance, and hopefully you're going to take some of the steps and some of the advice within the program and get yourself into a balanced state and live a life free from anxiety. My name's Dory O'Neill. I hope this has helped. And check out all our videos. Please leave comments. Please like our videos. And if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. And by all means, go to balancedwheelhealth.com. Sign up for our free course. There's no credit cards required, no hanky-panky. It's just get in, good value. There's all kinds of information in there, and I'm sure you're going to love it. Bye-bye.